Obviously, we got Arizona coming up this weekend, and very good team that had a really good victory week one. Well-coached team, Jonathan Gannon and Coach Petzing on the offensive side, and so we know it's a big challenge for us. But I really love the way we started off the week yesterday with our preparation in the meeting rooms and in practice. Had an excellent practice, and so we're on track to go out this Sunday and have a good performance, and that's what we're looking to accomplish. So with that, I'll take some questions.
All right, we will kick things off with David Newton.
How you doing, EJ? Doing well?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I wanted to ask you. I know Dave mentioned this week that he want to get some younger players out on the field. What are your plans regarding that?
Well, I don't want to get too much into talking about who we're going to be playing. I think that's part of our competitive advantage. But the one thing I will reiterate is that we're on board in terms of like, hey, the mandate is to develop everybody on our roster. That's part of coaching in this league, and that's part of developing the type of program that we want. And so that's what we're going to do. And we're always excited about the challenge to improve our roster, and that really comes down to development and in the classroom, on the practice field, obviously on the game field as well. And so that's what we're always striving towards.
And how did you feel overall about the defense? I know the run game, without the big run, but even without that, it's still over 130 yards, I guess. So what were the breakdowns, and what do you feel like needs improving? Was this last year's demons kind of coming back at all, or?
No, I don't want to look backwards. I think this year is a completely different entity. Obviously, we didn't perform the way we wanted. I know we're capable of a lot more than that, and so there's a lot of things that we can shore up for certain in terms of how we play and how we coach, and we'll get that done. But it's also that's the evolution of the season, is that we got to continue to improve week after week and continue to work towards what we want to accomplish.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we will go over to Julian.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, AJ. Yes, sticking with the run game, I know you don't want to go kind of backwards to last year, but just kind of looking back on Sunday, did you feel like just the process where guys were at was in the correct spot, just not making plays? Like, what do you think, at least with that game in particular, the disconnect was with the inability to stop the run, knowing that it was really one big play, and then, as David mentioned, 130 yards after that?
Yeah, it's when you look at it overall, it's a lack of. There was we were highly efficient in stopping the run, but it was just the big plays that kind of neglected it. It was obviously the 71-yarder. The plays that we gave up in a 4-minute situation, the quarterback scrambles, and so it's like 4 or 5 plays that we wish we had back. But we all understand that that's the nature of this league, is that those 4 or 5 plays are the difference, and so that's where we all got to be better.
And then looking at Sunday with Arizona, obviously a team you guys faced late last season who had success you on the ground with James Conner, he's back, and then Trey Benson and then Kyler Murray. Kind of what do you see out of their rushing attack and kind of the challenges that they present to you guys on Sunday?
Yeah, it's going to be similar in terms of what we just faced. They got a really good menu of plays in terms of the guard pull stuff they have, the powers, the plunge schemes. And so we're going to see some diversity in plays that are similar to what we just saw against Jacksonville. And so we know it's going to be a big challenge. Connor's a big physical back. He's hard to tackle. Benson has shown some really good explosion and speed. And so it's going to be a good challenge. And obviously what Kyler brings in terms of his ability to keep plays alive. And so all of the things that we had to deal with last week, we're going to have to face this week. And we got to be better.
Thanks.
All right, we will go to Joe, followed by Mike K.
Hey, EJ, good morning. Hope you're doing well.
Good morning, Joe.
Wondered if you could say, if you're going to try, I know you didn't want to get too deep into the weeds, but would you think about playing Princely and Nick a little more Sunday, just with the idea of boosting that pass rush?
Well, again, we're not going to talk about who we're playing. That's going to be a game day thing that we want Arizona to figure out on Sunday. But I'm excited about that group between DJ Wanham, Pat, Princely, Nick Scorton, all of those guys. As we work through the season, we always got to try to figure out the best way to utilize all of their strengths and really figure out the best way to get those guys on the field in the situations that's going to allow those strengths to come to life.
Oh, am I next? I'm sorry.
You're
Sorry,
good, Mike.
Hold on, I had a follow-up.
Go for it, Joe.
I had seen something, and I apologize, I don't know who what the analytics site was that had it, but Nick apparently had the fastest get off in week 1. Is that what you've seen from him all along, and what can that mean for your defense?
You talking about Nick Scorton?
Nick Scorton, yes, sorry.
I'm very excited about Nick. You know, I don't get too much into all those analytical things, but yeah, I like the player. I love the way he works. I love the way he competes. I love his intelligence. He's going to continue to get better and better the more he plays and the more experience he gets. And so I'm very, very excited about what he's going to do in the future.
Hey, EJ. It seemed like Jacksonville, I mean, obviously Liam has a background with you and knows your scheme pretty well. It seemed like Jacksonville immediately went to the tight ends to test the linebackers and safeties. Obviously, Trey McBride is a pretty talented player. But you guys were able to kind of, limit him. What do you think is the disconnect maybe at tight end? Because there have been tight ends that have had success, or do you think it's a case-by-case basis?
Yeah, I think each week is its own entity, and you know, it's always like when you start putting a plan together, you always want to address the other teams, what they do well, who their weapons are, and you want to try to minimize them, and you always want teams to try to beat you with doing the things that they don't do as well, right? That's always the name of the game, and so we know this week between Mr. McBride and Mr. Harrison, they got a really good pass weapons on the outside, and the way they utilize them, and we got to be ready to understand that. That's how those guys are going to try to feature and get the ball.
And then from the standpoint of tackling, obviously James Conner's kind of hard to get down on the ground. Where do you guys stand as far as your outlook on tackling right now? Like, do you think that 1 week of practice can improve the technique?
Well, you know, the one thing that was very encouraging about the last game is that we tackled a lot better in the second half than we did in the first half, and so I'm excited about what we're going to do this week. I know we're going to tackle better. I feel like we're going to play better, and so yeah, I certainly think that you can make strides in 1 week.
We have time for a couple more questions. We will go to Daryl.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Hi, hey, I'm sorry, I thought I didn't mute myself. Anyway, I know Derek was back this year, basically missed all of last season. Obviously, that's got to be a big boost for the defense. How do you think he impacts, especially your running defense? And what do you think, like I said, with him, along with what else you need to do maybe to obviously get the yardage down from opponents?
Yeah, I thought Derek did a really good job last game, and you know, he kind of picked up where he was physically. You don't see any lingering effects of losing a year, and so he's certainly going to be a big part of what we try to do defensively, and we're excited about what he's going to do this week.
Thank you.